Another Huns war, but I promise you this will be worth watching. In the blue, we have Jordan 23 playing as the Huns, and his opponent going to be 7-5-3-9-5-1. In the red, playing as the Huns, probably better known as Riut, which is someone who we haven't generally seen from in a long time, which is kind of kick-ass. If you have no idea who this guy is, go on AOC Zone now, look up Master of Huns, go to the final round, watch some of those games. This guy has an amazing aggressive style, and this was actually quite a big series. Actually, I think there was a total of 8 games played. I'll give you the results at the end, just because, well, I guess, unless it went like 8-0, it really doesn't matter if I tell you, but I'll tell you at the end. How about that? Not putting his lumber camp up, though, for a little bit there. That's going to hurt a little bit. Jordan over on this side here. Actually having a pretty shit map, honestly. Let's have a look at what he's got. He's got a wood in the back over here, which isn't too nice. It's up on this hill here. So this hill defending is going to be really annoying. If you haven't noticed yet, by the way, the map's Ghost Lake. I'm pretty sure everyone should be able to tell by now. He's also got a wood down here over here, which is more towards the front. Going to be harassed by archers fairly easy. Gold over on this location as well. One on the right and a stone on the front, as well as a berries on the front. So he's quite open to any kind of push. But the good news is the frozen lake only comes to here. So he's going to have plenty of room to build up, unlike our other player, which we'll get to in a second. Another gold over here. So potentially if he wants to wall in across here, across here, across here, and across here, and it looks like that's to the edge. So he could wall in fairly easy if he really wants to, but we'll see what he opts to do. Right down on this side over here, ice coming in fairly close before we get to anything else. Hopefully going to be able to get his military buildings up along here, and hopefully no farmers will be able to be sniped and ball lure. 2 golds over here, which is kind of nice, but again, frozen coming pretty close, so if he does choose to wall it off, they will be able to be sniped eventually. This area is going to be closed off. There's a hill in the back here, which is going to be really annoying to try and defend. Same with this one here on the front, which is overlooking, well, probably his second wood when he takes it if he decides to split. And he's got his gold and stone around this as well. So this hill here is going to be pretty much key for Jordan to try and abuse in this game, as well as probably the frozen edge here. Going to try and use that to his best benefit. It looks like Jordan's getting a scouting now. Alright, he knows where his opponent basically is. And I think he knows about this hill. So I think he's going to be in pretty good shape, honestly. Jordan's splitting his lumber to the back, and there's that split from Riut. How are we looking? Good. All good. Double farm. Double farm. Looks like we're going to see scouts from most players here, because, well, that's normal. And, of course, on Ghost Lake, there are a lot of extra sheep out on the ice. There we can see 3 there. Some shore fish. Any more? No, it looks like they've all been found. But 3 over here, and don't think anyone's going to find them until later in the game, if they do at all. Barracks coming up for Jordan. Barracks coming up for Riut, using the 2 villages there. So, stable going for 3. That's going to be a quick stable. 3 from Jordan as well. And some good harass, actually, from Riut here. Managing to jump in and get a little bit of damage on this. Going to delay that stable a little bit, meaning that his should be up first now. And already up, he's going to be producing scouts already, no doubt. And yep, on the way, so he's going to have a little bit of an advantage on Jordan there. How are we looking pop-wise? 23 for Riut, 23 for Jordan. Looking fairly normal. Got the spear on the way out from Jordan, so he's going to, looks like he's going to have to play a defensive game, either that or he's going to bring the spear forward with him, which can be absolutely hell with dealing with. Riut can have that spear out a little bit quicker. And forcing Jordan back right now. Looks like the spear, it's going to come for the ride. So he's, ooh, yep, he's going to take it for the ride, meaning he wants to do some damage here. Grabbing some extra gold here. Not exactly sure what the plan is on that, if he wants to go for something interesting or not. Maybe he's going to try and go for an early, I don't know what he's going to do with it, honestly. It's really just going to delay. That's really all it's going to do at this point. Spear is out. That wolf going to be able to do a little bit of extra damage, and spear versus spear should be here. If that spear turns around, that's the goal here. And then if you can run in with these scouts, kill off that spear, can be able to keep moving into the base. Saying that though, Jordan bringing up more spears, it looks like, right, not going for any more at this point. There's a little bit of damage happening here. Don't know what he's particularly trying to do with them, of course. Spear's only having 3 attacks, so they're practically, yeah, as we know, it's like hitting someone with a wet noodle. As we know. eventually they just get bludgeoned to death after starvation or something. Moving forward with another spear, or at least using it to defend. He's actually got a really good area here for wood, especially if he decides to wall off here, or even if he just puts up a house, well, not a house in this case, but if he does have something run in, he can always just drop a bit of palisade over here. That spear looks like it's getting some scouting information, honestly. Not sure what he's trying to do with it, but he's definitely lured it out of the way, so he is going to be able to come in here, potentially going to be able to snipe a villager. Ooh, gonna have to get out of there. That spear's gonna be too close right now. Getting some good hits in though, so he's definitely starting to weaken up. Gonna force them back to farms. Looks like switching onto gold now, right? Not looking like he wants to switch onto gold just yet. So keep in mind though, he has already mined that extra gold, so he's gonna be able to get fletching fairly easily. But he doesn't exactly have enough resources there to be able to do more than that. Looks like he's gonna try and... what's he doing? He's trying to get some harass in here. He's really forcing a few spears out of Jordan, which is good, because it's delaying his uptime, because of course they do cost food and wood. And saying that as well, it probably will be delaying the time it takes to get farms up, and it's going to hurt the archer switch a little bit. Saying that though, the aggressive style has been pretty good. He's been really luring these spears around, and he might actually be able to come back in here and clean up that villager who was working on last time. And I think that could be the goal here. Not going to get it. Still luring those spears around. He's really forcing some idle time out of Jordan though, which is pretty much what we've seen so far via the game. Jordan just can't seem to find an angle here to try and move in on. And it looks like might be able to take down... yep, Jordan gonna lose a scout there. Looks like... ooh, good micro so far from Riot as well. He's hardly taken any extra damage. Not gonna split off and try and take out that villager. Still, ooh... nearly doubled back then. And... oh, geez, he's cutting it fine now. Starting to get quite ridiculous and splitting again. Where's that villager on low health? Is he going to be able to pick them off? Nobody's going to be able to come up here and get the heal bonus. Still... geez, the micro here is actually amazing from both players. I'm surprised he's leading everything everywhere. And it looks like that villager there is going to get the wall off in, which is going to be kind of helpful. Saying that though, going to be able to bust in, but if he does, he's going to lose a few scouts here, because these spears are getting way too close, and ooh. I can't even... oh, getting one. Losing one up here so far. Definitely some good play from Riot so far. Looks like he is swapping into double archery, is bringing up that mining camp. More scouts. There's actually a ton of scouts out in play right now. And he's going to have to use these archers to try and pick off the spears before he can get in there with his scouts. Saying that, he hasn't gone for bloodline or any ups on these guys. Hasn't got the blacksmith out yet, so he's not been able to get any ups. Saying that as well, fletching's going to be a little... it shouldn't be too far away, actually. He's got a pretty good amount of gold miners, so he's going to be able to keep producing and get fletching on that quite quickly. Ali's scouts looking from Jordan all on full HP compared to most, probably averaging half there. Going to be able to push in with the rest of these scouts though, which will be quite effective. And these archers going to be able to push up as well. Hopefully lure these spears out of position into the path of an archer. Archers will be able to take them down. Will be able to come in with scouts and destroy most of his economy. Hopefully. Anyway, seeing him push out across the map now. Jordan being chased down slowly. He knows what's going on here. Ooh. I think he's going to go after the spears. He definitely has a number of scouts at the moment where he's not scared by a single spear at all. Maybe 3, he'd be a little bit scared, but still going to have to micro really effectively to make sure losses are minimal. Still keeping that archer up, and there's that wall off we were talking about earlier. Going to be able to defend this entire side with that. And I think Riot noticed as well how bad his map was on this side here. So he's really pushed everything into this side here and started this wall off and using this town center here as a meat shield pretty much. Wouldn't be surprised actually later in game if we do see a bit of palisade drop down across here or even some buildings across here just to force any enemy units through the town center's kind of area of fire, I would say. That sounds about right. Could potentially run in here and try and take out some villages as well, particularly the ball lure ones, which we do know as sniping villages, which we actually see quite a bit of in pro games now. Going to be able to potentially run into here, but saying that he could get stuck by these spears. So he's going to not move through there right now. Going to continue just to push out across the map and keep Jordan busy at this stage. As we can see as well, Riot's starting to get ahead in score. It's not much, but it's enough. Fighting here, and as soon as those spears get in, of course, going to run away. Looks like that was a fairly even trade there, and if he decides to keep fighting, not going to be smart. Ooh, this is actually a pretty damn good micro right now. Looks like Jordan going to be moving out with some archers, saying that... Where do Riot's archers go? Can't even... Ah, there we go. And there's that bit of palisade. Perfect. Loving my predictions this game. It's actually been pretty good. I'm happy with it. Losing 2 scouts there just due to a bit of missed path, which we know isn't smart in this game. Another archery range coming out for Jordan. Smith is up as well. He has got fletching already. How are we looking? Right, no fletching. He has a smith there. We know he has a smith, but he hasn't gone for fletching yet. When these archers come in, that is really going to hurt, actually, because he's going to be able to... Well, Jordan's going to be able to stutter step quite well, and it's going to be a real bad thing for Jordan to try and move up against this. So, could be interesting either way. Potentially could lose 1 or 2 villagers here. Another 2 rangers coming up. Not going to be able to push in. Nearly sniping that villager there. Riot moving around the side to try and engage. Is he going for fletching yet? No. Slowly losing these archery rangers, but it looks like Riot is going to push in through here, and he might be able to actually catch them between the town centre and... Ooh, this is going to be... Jordan's got that extra armor, so that's actually going to be quite helpful at this stage. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. Looks like Jordan is actually going to be outdone here. This is quite interesting. Saying that as well, Jordan hitting the Castle Age, as you should have seen by the score dips. I've actually been watching, by the way. I've just thought you would. As soon as they start throwing down more archery ranges, they're generally going to castle. Looks like he's going to come in with the scouts and be able to snipe these guys. And the question is now, are we going to see crossbow from Jordan? Saying that we should be, considering the amount of archers he has left. Bodkin on the way, and it looks like he's going cavalry archer right now. I would assume Bloodlines has probably been done, but we'll see. Right about to hit the Castle Age any minute now. Well, any second in this case. There we go. Has he got Bloodlines? He has got Bloodlines, so that's kind of nice. Cavalry archer, cavalry archer, cavalry archer, crossbow. How are we doing? Bodkin, perfect. And it looks like Jordan at the moment's been forced into a bit of a tight spot right now. He is continuing to get archer ranges up, which is kind of nice. And it's really going to come down to the massings from here. Town Center coming up for Jordan over here. Riot going up on 1 extra one as well. So both players opting for that one extra Town Center at this stage. Could potentially run in and try and get some scouting with these guys. And that looks like what he's going to do. And it looks like he's actually going to try and get some harass here. Getting a villager, actually, I was not expecting him to actually be able to get one. I was expecting these cavalry archers to move in a lot quicker than that. Is he going for armor, or what's he going to do? Second town center's nearly up. Second town center for Jordan, just going up now. And Riot pretty much matching him, even though he's had a later uptime right now. Forcing more idle time from these villagers, which is really smart play. And he's going to force a gather here. Ooh. Potentially could have sniped that farm. I love it when people do that. It's actually the most bullshitty thing you can ever do to someone. Because as we know, farms, as soon as you create them, they can have no hit points, but the opponent can see the foundation. So you can kind of snipe it with the scout. If you're really careful, you can do it actually really early in game. It is one of the most annoying things that can possibly happen. It just means you're not watching the minimap enough. Because of course you lose 60 wood when you lose a farm, and it hasn't even been built or given you any profit. So it's just 60 wood gone. Saying that though, if you can do it, do it. It's like anything in this game. If you can do it, do it. And some people see it as laming, but, you know, if it's tournament play and it's up for it, if you can do it, do it. How are we seeing 2 town centers for Jordan? Right, going up to the 3 right now. Starting to really pull ahead in score, actually, by 300 points. And that's going to continue to go up as he goes up on these town centers. Saying that, though, Jordan is putting up a university, so most likely going to be seeing ballistics from him. There we go. So it looks like he's going to be able to do a really big push with these cavalry archers soon. Saying that, though, it looks like Riot is actually on par cavalry archer-wise. Actually, he might be a little bit behind. What we'll see during the engagement. Going to be able to move forward with crossbows as well. Jordan just trying to hang out. Looks like he's waiting for ballistics to finish up before he moves out. Right, what are we up to? He's got the +1 armor. Jordan, have you got the +2? No. Fair enough, you're building a lot of villages. Going to try and sit on this hill by the looks of things, and Jordan definitely starting to outnumber now in cavalry archers. Ballistics going to be finishing up. Was that it then? Sounds like that was it then. So they're going to be able to make a lot more kills now. And Jordan's slowly starting to pull this one back, actually. It's really going to come into how those town centers work out. How are we seeing? Still only 2, and the third one is up. Riut can keep his economy guarded at this point by pushing in on Jordan and keeping this harassed in to force his army to stay at home. He's going to be in a really good position here, but if Jordan does manage to break in and kill a bunch of villagers, Jordan is absolutely just going to skyrocket ahead. Because that's kind of how it works with 2 town centers versus 3 or 1 town center versus 3. Just with 1 versus 3, you have to kill a lot more, which makes perfect sense. Cavalry archers, though, continuing to line up. Jordan finally pushing out across now. Hasn't taken stone yet, so no likelihood of a castle coming out. No villagers moving forward. Another archer range is being dropped, so we're not going to see a siege workshop on the front. Looks like he's just going to be going for mass cavalry archers. Saying that, does Riut have a university yet? He does. I'm going to assume he has ballistics if it's not researching it. Ah, there we go. 90, 95... And there we go, ballistics for both players now. The only question is thumb ring. There we go, thumb ring on the way for Riut. Jordan probably will have it already because he only went for the 2 town centers. Yeah, I would expect Jordan to already have it. And we should be able to tell by the fire rate coming up if we don't speed it up too much. Saying that, it looks like he has it. Saying that, this is actually going to be a really close one right now. He using that to attack. I'm just checking if he's trying to use a runner. No, it looks like... Oh, it's bloody close. Saying that the concave from Riut is a lot longer here. But those crossbows really going to be helping out with the extra range right now. That's actually ridiculously close. Looks like Jordan might be able to just... Oh, reinforcements coming in from Riut. I think he might be able to secure that one with this. Next wave of reinforcements and he'll be right. Thing is, though, he's going to retreat before they come back in, and Jordan bringing in his own reinforcements now. Looks like Riot's in a bad position after that engagement. Jordan up by 300 points. That's actually kind of absolutely massive. 3rd town center for Jordan. That actually came up a little while ago. I just forgot to talk about it. How we're looking. More archer ranges right now. Jordan really getting into this now. Smart putting that unit up over there, making a lot of these villages here idle. And bringing around the mass cavalry archers. Seeing some knights actually from Riut as well. It's an interesting one. Has no armor upgrades on them yet. So they're just going to get cut down. Like that. Crossbows over on this side from Jordan. Looks like Riut is slowly getting pinned down. Managing to do a little bit more damage over on this side, just forcing him off this gold. Doesn't exactly matter too much. He has this gold down over here as well, plus the one over here which he can start moving on to if he decides to defend it a little bit better. Saying that, though, not actually having the firepower to get up this hill and try and get rid of these cavalry archers. They're going to be around for a little while yet. It's actually turning into quite a long game, and I think it's going to go post-Imperial at this stage. Jordan's still up by 500 points, but... Oh, if he manages to catch these cavalry archers here, that hill advantage is going to be absolutely massive, and losing a few cavalry archers there, but not a whole ton. Going to be able to survive it. Don't know for how long, though. Cavalry archer there, going to get killed off eventually. Seeing the +2 armor for both players right now, so we're pretty much even on the upgrades. So I think we're actually exact on upgrades. Jordan nearly has the resources to up. This is what I'm waiting on. He's nearly got the gold there. Wouldn't be surprised if we actually see him throw down a market. Was that a market somewhere that I just saw? I know it was just the top of a university. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually throws down a market to try and up a little bit quicker. Saying that, though, he should be fine. Riut ages away from going up right now, and this is what's going to get him. If Jordan manages to up... Ooh. Going up to a heap of town centers, but losing a ton of villages. He's going to be up on, what, 5 town centers when this one goes up. Managing to kill off that villager there. Cavalry archers moving around this side again. Going to try and kill off more villagers. This is starting to look even more and more in favor of Jordan as time goes by, especially if he's starting to go up. Market actually being constructed right now for Riut. Jordan already on his way up. This could spell trouble for Riut right now. Jordan busting through this side. Managing to do quite a bit of damage. Riut down to skirmishers right now, not even elite, so they're only on par with the range of a cavalry archer right now. The armors actually be even... Nah, they won't be close. Who am I kidding? And, ooh, going to be able to trap the cavalry archers from Jordan. Saying that, though, there's still a ton of them out on the middle of the map, so he's going to be able to do quite well with these guys right now. Monk moving across and looking pretty good, honestly. Once Jordan ups, we might even just see the GG straight out of Riot once that happens, because he's going to have a bit of trouble just keeping up, especially once heavy cavalry archer's done, the extra armor, the extra range. Not going to be good. Jordan about to hit. There we go. Jordan expanding out to this area over here. Looks like he's finally cut down most of the wood in his base. Not moved to these ones over here yet. Thought he might have gone to those ones closer. But saying that, he is producing army from over here. So he's going to be able to rally to here to try and defend, I guess. Saying that, right moving out, I think he knows he needs to make something happen now. If he runs into the economy and could kill off a ton of villagers, and saying that he might actually hit the gold here. If he does, that's going to do a heap of damage. Splitting the cavalry archers, quite a smart idea to be doing. Jordan trying to move in with those heavy cavalry archers, of course, going to be able to kill off a lot of units. Right, currently up on elite skirm. Not looking good though, just technology-wise. They've got the extra range, the extra attack, they've got the extra armor, they've got the extra hit points. They've got extra everything right now, and that's what's going to do it. And as soon as chemistry kicks in, if he's going for chemistry, yep, there's chemistry. Not looking good for Riot right now. Going to be able to turn around and can probably kill off all these cavalry archers if Riot isn't. He's careful, he's watching, which is good. Jordan going to split his cavalry archers. No, not going to split them. Oh, yes, he is going to split them. Saying that. He's going to get a few. He was pushing around from this side, which is a pretty smart idea, but in this case, Riot's just going to run straight through there. Pretty unpredictable strategy, I guess. A lot of elite skirmishers actually out for Riot right now, and he's still going to have a bit of trouble trying to keep up with this. He is going Imperial, so if he holds out, he's going to be able to get there, and he's going to be able to keep pushing for a longer game. But at this point, I guess the longer this game goes, the better he's going to do, because he's up on like 5 town centers compared to Jordan's, what, 3? Yep, so he's going to have the better villager production, but once it gets to that late game where you've got that stable amount of villagers, like 140, or, you know, plus, minus, depending on what you're doing with them. Gonna be interesting. Got this defensive castle up there. That's gonna be, it's actually in a really nice position. Gonna help defend pretty much this entire area. Saying that, the cavalry archers might come down and sit around here and be able to kill off just a ton of units. Trying to move in with these elite skirmishers now. Cavalry archers probably shouldn't be fighting them. And I think Jordan's got the exact same idea, getting out of there. Cavalry archers are actually in the base right now. This is going to really hurt. Managed to take out 1. Are we looking 2? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that's just a rough noise count. So that's a lot of villagers killed for Jordan right now. That's pretty good. He's definitely over on this side as well. Right, trying to transition into Knights right now. Has hit Imperial Age. Doesn't have that extra armor upgrade, which he really needs though. Bracer coming in. I don't know how many cavalry archers he actually have. Ah, there we go. Doesn't have a lot of cavalry archers, but he has a shit ton of skirmishers, so he's going to be able to use them anyway. And Hussar rating actually coming in for Jordan right now, so that's actually going to be quite huge. And I think this might be GG for Riot, actually. Don't think he's going to be able to hold this one. Skirmishers versus Hussars, we know how that ends, how they're doing on armor. They've got the +2. No doubt that +4 is on the way. We can jump back over here, and that was probably at finishing. No, it wasn't at finishing then. It hasn't actually started. That's kind of interesting. But over here, those Knights are going to be the only thing that can save him at this point. His economy is not looking quite so good. Jordan managing to pick up all the relics in this time. Hussars continuing to run through. As we can see, lots of garrison time right now for Riot. And, you know, managing to get a few kills here and there, but not really enough to be able to do anything with at this stage. Ooh, going up to Cavalier. Not going to have enough for Paladin, but really needs that extra armor on them, actually, before he does anything. Jordan's starting to move in with the Forward Siege Workshop. Cap Rams out on the way. Castle coming up on this hill, going to be absolutely annoying to fight against. And Hussars. Ooh, it's interesting. It's definitely an interesting defense. I don't know if it'll be enough, though. He is holding it on this side, but he's only on 166 population, whereas Jordan's on 188. His economy is going to be faring much better right now, because if we look, this town centre is garrisoned with a bunch of villages. There's not that many idols, actually. Actually quite impressed by the amount of lack of idols. Gonna move in with that trebuchet. Hussar's probably gonna be able to come in and snipe it. Saying that though, fighting under the town center, Jordan's getting game. He does have that +4 armor now and the +1 attack, so that's going to be a bonus. Trebuchet's coming out. We'll be trying to take down this castle right now, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Siege ram for Jordan. Cavalry are continuing to push here. Still only got that +1 armor though. +2 finally. That's where a lot of this difference is going to be made. Because as we know, Cavalry, they just soak up arrow fire. They can take way too much of it. And right now, that's what he needs to do. He just needs to soak up, and it looks like he's going to have to take out this siege ram quickly. He could potentially lose both of his rams to splash damage. Really good positioning there by Jordan on that ram. He's going to be able to take them both out at once. And there we go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm starting to think that this is over for Riot. I don't think there's anything left he can do. Cavalry is still taking out the Hussars right now, and the skirmishers are still taking out the heavy cavalry archers. But not exactly in the best of shape economy-wise and defense-wise, and he's definitely taking it out, he's definitely defending, just he's losing too much in the defense. Down to 170 population, Jordan on 176 saying that. He's probably got units running in from everywhere. Siege rams coming in from this side over here. Actually seeing some Tarkans from right now. Either he's got something in mind, or he's desperate as hell to start getting some kind of units out, because I have no doubt in my mind he's going to be starting to lose production. He's doing alright on resources. He's kind of low on gold though, and stone naturally. So he's going to be able to keep feeding skirmishes for a while, but once the Hussars really start to push, that's going to be it. He's lost most of the starting portion of his base right now. He's really starting to lack down on production buildings, naturally. Siege rams against skirmishers, we know how that goes. Lots of, well, Hussars and heavy cavalry on this side. Looks like this is where he's going to push from next. Definitely still holding out though, holding out. And I guess if he can get a massive break somehow, he could definitely come back. But it would have to be absolutely a massive, like a meteor hit Jordan City, or there was an earthquake or something. And castle going to be in trouble now. Villagers probably going to be taken. Nope, they're not. And there we go, Riot resigning out there, realizing this was actually part of, I think it was an 8-game series. And considering, right, I don't know how long he's been playing for again. The first 3 games, Riot won, I believe, and the next 5, Jordan won. So it was 8 games, 3-5. Not bad, honestly. I don't know if Riot's been playing a lot recently or not, because he's kind of the master smurfer, in a way. So definitely check out some of his Masters of Huns game. He was so quick and just well practiced then. Worth checking out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, because it's someone we don't get to see a lot and has a great aggressive start style. Jordan just managing to push in on the end there, showing how just efficient he is for the most of the game and being able to minimize losses. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you